On the 1st of August 2019, we finally got an official announcement of the new theme park coming to the Universal Orlando Resort. Universal's Epic Universe will be the official fourth gate and be central to a whole second area of the resort, south of the current property. The announcement came with a logo, promises of $15 per hour pay, a single piece of concept art, talk of an exciting new road, and not much more. However, from reading about the project for months and closely studying the concept art, I think we have an idea of what sort of lands, attractions, and services are currently planned to be at this park when it opens. For Review Time, I'm Luke, and let's explore Universal's Epic Universe. The first thing to note is that this is just concept art we are looking at. Concept art that has been designed to be purposefully vague. None of what we see is set in stone, and tons can and will change before the park opens. But let's start breaking this project down where your day will start, at the Entrance Plaza. Rumors were flying around that this area would be unticketed, and more like a city walk area, with each land having its own admission points, much like the ticket scanning that occurs before the Hogwarts Express. This concept art, however, seems to dictate a very classic entrance plaza, with ticket offices leading into a grand entrance, which seems to be a more ornate version of the classic Universal gates. Once inside, you are greeted by a large water feature, before turning either left or right and under a covered walkway, which reminds me of Tokyo Disneyland's Main Street. Moving towards the back of the park, there are a ton of well-themed buildings that should contain shops, restaurants, and maybe attractions such as a carousel, and potentially even a clone of Space Fantasy the Ride from Tokyo. Heading towards the back, instead of a castle, the park will have a brand new hotel, which looks to be Universal's highest class offering yet, and similar thematically to the new hotel going into Tokyo Disney Sea. In front of the hotel is a fountain show with tiered seating, though watching from your hotel balcony would be the best way to see this show. But now, on to what we all want to know about, the lands. Each land appears to have only one entrance and exit. This would allow for greater detail and immersion, really allowing the land to completely envelop you. The first land we can see without a doubt is Super Nintendo World. After being quietly cut from the plans to replace Woody Woodpecker's Kid Zone at Universal Studios Florida, this land will finally find a place in Orlando as one of the flagship lands at this new park. Looking at the concept art, it seems that this will be the full version of the land that parks such as Hollywood and Singapore are not getting. After entering through the warp pipe, you are in the Mushroom Kingdom. The land should feature 3 attractions, including the Yoshi Omni Mover ride, the Mario Kart attraction taking place in the massive show building, and my most anticipated attraction, a Donkey Kong minecart coaster. This concept art also appears to match closely with the leaked model of the land that was originally designed for Universal Studios Florida, so it appears as if they have just completely taken the planned land and plopped it in this new park. Moving around in a clockwise direction, we have the land that will be the most exciting for some people. A land themed around Universal's classic monsters has been rumored for the park for ages, and it seems to let you walk the streets of Transylvania and other spooky locales. The concept art doesn't give us a ton to go off looking at attractions, but rumors for the land include a massive dark ride attraction that will combine all of our favorite monsters, including Frankenstein, the Wolfman, Dracula, and more, into a single attraction. There also appears to be a huge amphitheater attached to the land that isn't accessible from elsewhere in the park. This does appear to be unthemed though, and more akin to Universal Music Plaza at the Florida theme park. Though, hopefully this is home to a large stunt show or something that, since the closure of Sinbad, every other Universal resort features, but Orlando. If we move around again past the hotel, we will have what is expected to be this park's addition to the wizarding world of Harry Potter, though not containing Harry Potter at all, instead being themed to the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them series. The area seems to be themed around a 1920s Parisian cityscape, and even though it's slightly obscured by fireworks, more than half of the land seems to be dedicated to an absolutely enormous show building that may be home to more than one attraction, or even create an explorable indoor section of the land. The best guesses currently are for a ride traversing the French Ministry of Magic from the second Fantastic Beasts movie, and an attraction where you step into and explore Newt's suitcase of magical beasts. The final land in the park also seems to be the most expansive. Rumors have this land as a DreamWorks land being themed to How to Train Your Dragon, which the wooden style of buildings of the concept art would suggest. The land seems to have the most obvious attractions of them all, with what looks like a battle boats attraction, a large dark ride show building, as well as a coaster that goes through a large number of show buildings, hopefully being this park's Hagrid's motorbike adventure. It'll be interesting to see how this land compares to the already existing How to Train Your Dragon land at Motion Gate Dubai, which is completely indoors and features a suspended dark ride roller coaster. Now, the obvious elephant in the concept art is the massive dueling coaster that seems to be on the north of this land. My guess is that this coaster isn't actually part of this land and enters from the hub underneath this green canopy. The ride appears to be a launch dueling coaster, which looks similar to West Coast races at Six Flags Magic Mountain, but with a space theme, as evidenced by the massive asteroid blasting out of the building. Being in the hub-like area of the park makes this ride more like Hollywood Dream the Ride in Japan or Rip Ride Rockit in Orlando. A big coaster designed to look impressive rather than be an immersive themed experience. That was a lot to go through, and there's a ton more to see if you trawl through the high quality concept art as I have. A link for you to do the same is in the description. As we said at the top of this video, a lot of this could and will change from this first look concept art to the opening day of the park. But we still think it's something to be incredibly excited about, and we can't wait to watch the construction of this new park over the next few years. But over to you. What are you guys most excited for in this new Universal Studios theme park? Let us know in the comments section down below. For Review Time, I'm Luke. Thanks for watching, liking, and subscribing.
And that we're going to launch Universal's Epic Universe right here in Orange County. And I will tell you that that will make Florida the largest state for our employees of any of the 50 states in the country.